What's up, guys? All right, today I want to talk about an article that came out sometime in November, the latter half of it, and it is, oh man, this was something I've wanted to talk about for a while now. So excuse this for being later than it really should be, but this particular article really struck a nerve, if you will. So in this particular article, it talks about this podcast called See the Thing Is. And it's on Joe Budden's network. I'm very familiar with Joe Budden. He's very entertaining, but I didn't know he had a network. But anyway, it consists of these three women. One of them, and the woman in question in this podcast, her name is Bridget Kelly. Just a little background on her. She tried to start a music career that didn't really take off too well. And I believe she was on one of these reality like TV shows akin to I want to say Real Housewives or Love and Hip Hop, something like that. Something ignorant and, you know, it doesn't really have any substance. It's just drama. But on one of their episodes, Bridget made an ignorant ass comment about gamers, specifically in relation to the PS5, because, you know, as you know, and the end of November isn't too long at all after it was officially released. And she said some specific things. I'll start with, quote unquote, PS5 is not for grown men. She said that they're, quote unquote, losing their minds over this console. And that she said that she's concerned about the men in their 20s that are so infatuated with this console. Of course, with this, I'm paraphrasing. And then she goes on to really hone in on this ideology here when she says that gamers have, quote unquote, mediocre dick. And this whole podcast just serves as one big echo chamber of her and the other two women that are there, and they're just going in and talking shit about how this disappoints them, or how they don't approve of this, and that the guys that, you know, love this kind of stuff are losers, and they're just weak-willed and they don't have anything going for them, like that kind of shit. So I'm looking at this in a multitude of different ways. First and foremost, when I look at Bridget, and from what I know about her, let me preface this by saying I'm very MGTOW, which stands for men going their own way. I don't believe in marriage, and I personally believe that the women of today, the modern woman, quote unquote, has a lot of shit not going for them like they used to back in the day. And when I listen to her say the shit that she says, as ignorant as it sounds, it's very in line and parallel to their kinds of that kind of thinking. And as far as I know, I think Bridget is in her early 30s, which means she's in the process of hitting that wall. If you know, you know. And she's in her transition phase where she's no longer attractive enough for life to be on recruit mode. Now she has to get up and do shit. And as far as I know, I think she's single. Go figure. So when I hear this is all a part of that mindset where it's just like, you know, some women out here bitch and moan and criticize guys for the dumbest shit, and yet they can't even get a man, right? Secondly, if that was even a word, I don't understand what the correlation between playing video games, which is a hobby, and whether or not you're a high value man or you have anything going for you. I really don't understand what the correlation is. And she also went on to say that a lot of children judge their parents off of their ability to go out and get them this console. And that's just a real big fucking slap in the face, because I would say any kid that's in between 15 and 23 and, 18 to 23, you're not really kids, but, just for argument's sake, any person that's in that age range that is going out and expecting their parents to provide that, if they don't, they're not looking at them like there's some failure or anything like that. I thought that particular remark was so ignorant and so completely illogical for the vast majority of the people she's really referring to. And so I just wanted to put that out there. And then lastly, this really, what this says to me holistically, like this whole conversation holistically tells me, no, it doesn't even tell me, it screams to me that women honestly hate it when you can be happy in the absence of them. It really does say that to me, because I can't remember the last time I heard a guy criticizing another guy or even another woman for a hobby that they enjoy. Like, why am I not allowed to have something that I enjoy doing that takes me away from the problems that I have to deal with in life? Like, who the hell do you think you are? You know what I mean? Like, I would love to know what she does on her free time. You know what I mean? I mean, if it's this bullshit, if it's this echo chamber like podcast, then I would say that's some bullshit too. So like, it's like you're one to talk. You know what I mean? And I'm a gamer myself. I take gaming seriously. It is my number one hobby, far and above anything. So that really struck a nerve, but at the end of the day, she's not doing any more disservice to anyone but herself. Like, even men that she's interested in or will come to be interested in that don't play video games, they're not even going to respect that, because this is such a baseless, absent-minded, inappropriate criticism that's not grounded in any knowledge. Like, I guarantee you she's not a gamer. And I guarantee you any of these other women aren't gamers either that are on this podcast. And the reason I'm not really talking about them, because they didn't have as much conviction in this ideology. Bridget was the main, leader behind what it is that she had to say. And apparently, I'm not even the only one. Well, I know for a fact I'm not the only one that was kind of upset and taken aback by these comments, but YouTube and Twitter really came down on her for that, and I really haven't heard anything about her ever since. But this is just another thing where it's like, I don't know, I don't even know how to say it. It's like women getting mad at shit that doesn't even have anything to do with them. Like, I honestly think, given the way that I think, I could just as easily criticize women for wearing makeup in situations where they don't need to have it on. Like, you ever go to the gym and you see women that are, they're there working out or whatever, but their whole entire face is done up or whatever? Like, what the hell do you need that on there for? You're here to get gains. Like, what's the purpose of that? But, makeup is a lie at the end of the day anyways, but that's a topic for another conversation. But this one woman on the podcast, her name is Mandy B. She talked about how some of the best men, or no, I'm sorry, I'll take that back. She said that none of the best men that she's ever dated played video games. Now, I doubt that, specifically because when guys play video games, at least me, I play them far and away from anything else that's going on. It's almost like it's a private, hobby for me. Even though I'm very open about it, but it's not necessarily something that if you're in a room with a group of people that they're going to necessarily pick up on unless you just start talking about it. So I think she's talking about more than she actually knows. I don't know. This kind of mindset is so damaging and it's so toxic for the modern dynamic between men and women, because I'm not saying that guys can't be jerks and hold dickheads, but there has been a massive change in the way that women navigate this world, especially when it comes to interacting with men, and it's super, super damaging. Like the feminist movement and the whole quote-unquote I don't need a man ideology and the whole, well, I don't need to have a guy to have a baby, that kind of shit. But that's also another topic for another conversation. And perhaps the biggest point that they missed was the fact that there are plenty of female gamers that go hard, if not harder than most men. And that's really the nail in the coffin, because I feel like that, if she had just thought about that for an extra 15 seconds, she might have came to that conclusion. But she wanted to be the asshole of the day and make these comments that are only going to hurt her in the end. Because me, just like so many other men that have heard her say this, we're going to remember that. And that's not going to bode well for her when she tries to, I don't know, go on a date or go to a function where people know her and they're aware of this shit. So it's like, sometimes the best thing to do is to shut your mouth, to not say anything. She'll figure it out, but it is what it is. She's entitled to her opinion, I guess, for whatever that means these days. Let me know how you feel about this. This kind of really grinded my gears. So, yeah, let me know. Peace.
10 seconds. Reload. Try again. I'm bringing you back. Compromised. Focus your fire. Vader's gone. Get him next time. Invaders here. Brace yourself. Invaders off the field. Invaders here. Brace yourself. Dirty. I like it. Evil's up. Go take him out. Invaders out. You'll get him next time. Embrace the darkness. Take out those guardians. That's one. 10 seconds left. Primeval's dead. Nice. Welcome back.